welcome back to Spellslingers. I'm your host, Day9, and it's time to play some more Magic with my nerd friends. And today's guest is Joe Manganiello. Joe, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, dude, Joe. Nice, hey.
Nice shirt.
Nice shirt, look at this.
Nice shirt on you.
Wow, you know, it's good to be with someone who has just such astute fashion sense. Cheers to this.
I'm Joe Manganiello. I'm an actor, I'm a producer, a director, a writer, and now I'm a CEO of a streetwear brand called Death Saves, which actually made this shirt here. That is the new Metal Lord Soth shirt from my streetwear line, Death Saves, my fantasy heavy metal themed streetwear line.
I really like how we got that plug-in an authentic fashion.
Ding!
Well, we're going to play ourselves a match of Magic the Gathering, and you know, a lot of times people who come to this show who haven't played, this is one of their first games, or people who have played, just kind of show up and see what's going to happen. I understand that you've done some preparations. I think you're the only guest that's ever done this ever.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all about the prep.
So
I wasn't going to come on this show and get embarrassed. I mean, I will say that
It's my job.
I started playing Magic back in the early 90s, and I had a deadly deck that involved, you know, Lord of the Pit and the Hive. As with tabletop role-playing, I took about a 20-odd year hiatus from everything fantasy-related to go grow up.
Yeah.
Meaning,
those were your deformative
become
years.
an actor and play pretend all day long. That grow up.
I'm actually really excited to play with Joe because he's been talking for the last 45 minutes about Dungeons and Dragons and all the different campaigns he's run and figurines he wants to get involved in his future stuff. And I love people who are nerds who are really into their thing. What we're going to do now is we're going to discover which decks we will play with, and using the power of light, we will spin the Wheel of Fate. It makes me giggle as well.
Yes!
Yes! The Wheel of Fate! The most powerful shape of destiny that has ever existed in the Geek and Sundry soundstage.
Goodness, I just want to touch it, spin it perhaps.
Yes.
Yes!
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 Yes, Dank Master Yoda. Oh! Hey, it's a pleasure to just be in sync with someone. This is nice fashion, by the way.
Golgari, thank you. I spun Golgari, which is perfect for me. It's a black and green deck, so it's mixing a lot of necrotic, death magic, necromancy with like zombie, you know, insect attacks.
And I think we actually have an extra twist, something a little special for you. See those bricks over there on the right? Over there, yeah? Those bricks there, yeah? Watch this. Deflam! Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I want to talk about taking risks. No one told me that it was actually going to be set up for this match. We've done it in other ones this season, and I'm very relieved that it actually came up. It means everyone's on point. They don't even need to tell me. We're in sync.
Way to go, team.
Gosh, that is luck-based content creation right there. Now, I will tap into the life force of the universe, fate, and discover what deck I'm going to be playing.
Yes!
Yes. Yeah! I can't believe how excited I am that I landed on Jeskai. Now that I've spun Jeskai, I think that might literally be my least played color combination in Magic, period, except for maybe 5-color. And with that, you may want to be silly, you may want to be serious. Whatever sort of mood you're in the mood for, commit and summon your deck in 3, 2, 1. Ah, great job. Wow, wow. What a performance. What a performance.
My nose bleeding?
Now, before we begin this match, the electricity bill has just been getting really high, so we're just going to turn off the Wheel of Fate right now. Let's roll to see who goes first. Yeah.
Ooh, it's a party foul.
Just tell me what it is.
You
I'll
count
trust
them off
you.
the floor or no? I rolled a 15, so we have to
Oh,
re-roll.
I rolled a 15. All right, wow. Best of 3. 18.
19.
You're so good. God, I knew you played D&D, but that's sick, man. That's consistency.
Yeah.
I thought I was the luckiest
7
person.
cards.
All right. And I assume you want to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah.
Okay, very well, very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, straight in this deck.
Very interesting. Okay, very interesting.
So Jeskai is going to be generally the same sort of explosive fundamental finishing that I would see out of like an Izzet deck, the red damage spells and the sort of blue countering, maybe blue flyers. But with white in there as well, it's going to be a little more controlling. Yes, I am going to keep this hand. Good luck, have fun. Hit me with gem turn ones.
Swamp.
Very well. It resolves.
Tap.
Stitcher Supplier, zombie.
What does this do?
When Stitcher Supplier enters the battlefield or dies, put the top 3 cards of
or
your
dies.
library
Okay.
into your graveyard. This is looking like a very masochistic deck. The secret to the Golgari deck is stacking that graveyard with creatures. That unlocks the mechanic, which then powers up the monsters that I'm going to play on later turns. And then the Rhizome Lurcher. 3 creatures.
All right.
Summoning Sickness, so can't attack with it. You're up.
Not unless you cheat. All right, here we go. I'm just going to play the good old Izzet Guildgate. It can give me blue or red mana, but it comes into play tapped.
Got it. I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the forest.
Very well.
And I'm going to attack you with my zombie.
I regrettably take a point of damage. I'm rotating down to 19 health, excuse me. Unless I cheat. All right. Okay, I'm going to play Steam Vents. It is another dual land. I can play it untapped and pay 2 life, but I don't want to do it. So it's just another dual land.
I'm going to drop another swamp, building my swamps up. And I'm going to attack you with my zombie for another
For another 1.
point of damage. Another
Yeah.
love tap.
Wow. Your love taps hurt, but not enough for me to complain.
Boop. Every single point of damage is going to come into play down the line. Those little tiny bloodletting hits at the beginning, those are the ones that are going to allow me to potentially take him out at the end.
Are you actually doing nothing on turn 3?
Dude, I don't know who shuffled my deck, but that's it.
Yeah, whoever did that really screwed you over, man. All right, so
Oh, no.
Sacred Foundry, it's another dual land, but I am going to play it untapped and pay 2 life. I'm actually sincerely, whatever, man. I'm gonna tap this for white, tap this for red, and then I'm going to play the Legion Guild Mage that I could have done by playing this last turn, whoopsie dipsy. So it's a 2/2, and I can pay 6 mana to deal 3 damage to you, or I can pay 3 mana to tap another target creature. Pass the turn back to you.
Okay, then I'm going to drop another forest,
Very well.
and I'm going to Rhizome Lurcher. It's a fungus zombie.
I know this card, yep.
He enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3. So that's a +3. Because I stacked the graveyard early on, I now have a 5/5 creature to smash Sean with on turn 4. So that's a 5/5 now, but he's got sickness.
Okay, look. If I had played the correct land, I could have played the Guild Mage on turn 2, and then I could have had a counter spell up to be able to deal with this Lurcher. But now that it's out, my red damage spell deals 4 damage. He has 5 toughness. I want to once again express how regretful I am that I didn't play this on turn 2. I made a mistakey. I just misread.
You don't have to apologize to me, it's okay.
I'm sorry on behalf of myself. Back to me. I think like this is how you help set up for if a loss happens in the future. I'm amortizing my shame over the course of the entire game, so it doesn't hit me as hard at the end. You see, that's how I'm budgeting for the
Okay.
future. I'm going to play the Crackling Drake. That is
Whoa.
he's a star 4 flyer.
Whoa.
And his power is equal to the total number of instant sorcery cards you own in exile and in my graveyard. So I have none in there. So this is a flying 0/4. And when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. I mean, I have enough mana to play this Drake, but all I can think is that this Lurcher shouldn't even exist right now. Of course I can play the Drake. It's taking me 30 times as long as it should take me to just do the thing I can do, because I'm so embarrassed I didn't leave the mana up properly.
Oh man, so you have 5 land, which means 1 more, and you can deal 3 damage.
I need 2 more.
Oh, 2 more? 5,
Yeah.
6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but I don't want it to get to that point, so I'm going to tap 3 land, and I'm going to murder that.
Oh my God. Okay, so now Joe has murdered the guild mage that was my tool to stop his lurcher that shouldn't even exist because I should have had the mana up for a counter spell, and now I have a 0/4 Drake to be able to do nothing.
I'm going to attack you with a 5/5 and a 1/1.
Well, I'm going to block the 1/1. I'm going to take 5. I'm going to go to 11. And that's what I got.
Your turn.
That card's really good.
Yeah. Well, it's good when you have monsters in the graveyard. Speaking of monsters in the graveyard, the new Lord Soth shirt from Death Staves.
Wow.
Did you like that?
That was seamless. All right, there's the Steam Vent. I'm going to play another Steam Vent.
Oh boy.
It's going to come into play tapped because in this position, I have a feeling that taking 2 damage is not a smart thing to do. And with that, I pass the turn to you.
Oh man.
You.
Oh man. Okay. It's a lot of pressure. Is it?
No. Okay, I'll just keep it as
yeah,
my
yeah.
turn. We'll just hang here forever.
No, that's cool. And I'm going to drop my legendary creature. Izoni, the Thousand Dyed. She's an elf shaman. When Izoni enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. I have 3.
Wait! I'm blue, so I cast Counterspell. As the host of the show, it's important that I let him read out all the things this legendary creature can do, so of course the viewer knows. And that's when you counter it. I can go the distance, I will find my way. Listen, this is, you have to give me at least this. I know you're going to swing in with the boys in a moment.
Okay.
And this is Sinister Sabotage, so it says I can counter target spell and I can surveil 1. So I look at the top card of my library and I may put that card into my graveyard or I may keep it.
So Sean thinks he's getting revenge on me for doing those 2 little points of damage on my first couple of rounds. But in killing that creature and putting it into the graveyard, he's only making my deck stronger for my next move. So she's in my graveyard.
She is. We did it, America.
Well then, you will have to be punished. That's another
All right.
5.
Well, okay, so I do have an instant in there, so I can block this and kill it.
With my Golgari deck, it actually becomes more powerful in the grave.
Well, Golgari's supposed to do graveyard interaction, and he's building the graveyard, so he's guaranteed got some way to pull something out of there. Very well. I happily kill it, and I unhappily go to 6.
But when my Stitcher Supplier dies, I then put the top 3 cards into my graveyard as well,
Oh, yeah.
which is the Lotleth Giant. Oh, a forest. And another forest. There you go. This is an aggressive deck. I like it. There's a lot of monsters that come out. There's some weird, underhanded,
Oh, yeah.
necrotic stuff going on. This is right up my alley.
Dude, Golgari is far and away my favorite 2-color combination.
Love it. Love
It's
it.
so good. Dude, just the idea of bringing things back from the dead and making use of the graveyard. Oh, so good. Oh.
Love it. You love it, yeah.
All right.
Very in keeping with my streetwear line, Death Saves.
He does it again. Kapow!
My mouth started watering.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play an Evolving Wilds, which is land that I can tap to sacrifice to search my library for a basic land, and then put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle the library. What I am going to also do this turn is I am going to play Shock to deal 2 damage to this large dude.
Okay.
And then, so that goes into the graveyard.
So now it's 5/3.
Then I'm going to play Lava Coil, which is another spell that deals damage to a target creature. It says if that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. So I have successfully spent 2 cards to exile 1 card because I'm a chump with blue, but I did it.
Exile.
I got him, yes.
Oh no.
Nothing about this feels good. This is like when you have auto pay set up for a bill and then the auto pay doesn't go through and then they add like interest to the bill. And then there's the day when you finally pay it off and someone's like, well, hey, you paid it off. Isn't that great? And you're like, yeah. All right, I'm swinging in for 3. Take that.
Take 3 points of damage?
Yeah.
How are you doing? That was a big swing for you. That was a big round. I was hoping to kill him a lot earlier. But here we are where he starts playing those cards and took out my 5/5 creature that was doing all of my damage, and I realized I'm in big trouble.
You know what? In the interest of the production,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna tap Evolving Wilds to sacrifice it to search my library for a basic land. I was going to do it at the end of your turn, but you know,
Fair enough.
May as
Go
well do
now.
it now.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone had to sit silently and watch two grown men look through cards, reading, processing information.
Goodness.
Nobody say a goddamn thing. They're busy.
All right, I'm going to put out the island, and I'm going to reshuffle this up.
Sean gets the upper hand, but I've got find in my hand. Swamp.
I can handle 2 mana.
Find.
Oh, return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand.
So I play find, dig through my graveyard, pull out a mid-level lurcher, the Rhizome Lurcher,
Yeah, that's
coming back out, and the Lotleth Giant. It's quite a bit of mana, though, to launch. So you're safe for now, and I know I can stack this giant that the next turn, I'm then going to trample him and do tons of damage. 1, 2,
I'm going to put this in your graveyard. I'm going to get this out of the way.
3, 4, tapped, Rhizome Lurcher, boom, 1/1 for each number of creatures in my graveyard. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. So
Less
that's
fingers than I thought.
6, 6.
All right. So I will die in 1 turn. All right. All right.
Was that a Skeksis sound?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
I hate your whimper.
Chamberlain?
Chamberlain!
Yes.
Looks like Gelfling, smells like Gelfling. Maybe you are Gelfling.
Gotham?
Clicky, clicky, clacky, clacky. I have found a soulmate right here, man. Dark Crystal is the it movie, man. Oh my God, move over Lord of the Rings. This is the real fantasy soundtrack. This is the real fantasy movie. Oh my God, yes. I'm gonna play Watcher in the Mist, which is a 3/4 flying. It says when it enters the battlefield, surveil 2. So I get to look at the top 2 and leave them or put them into the graveyard.
Okay.
So this one goes into the graveyard, the Sacred Foundry. Is that right? 1, 2, 3 things? Okay, and that's gonna stay there. And it's your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I'm about to take some pain, yeah.
This is gonna get.
That's the.
When Lotleth Giant enters the battlefield, it deals one damage to the target opponent for each creature card in my graveyard.
And you should
And
have.
that should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage.
Still 4?
It's 4.
That's not even fair.
4 points
It
of
should
damage
be
right now.
2? All right, I'm gonna go to 2. So this does suck for me, but dude, isn't Golgari cool? Do you see why it's awesome?
So let's see here. You've got 2 potential blockers, which could do enough damage to kill my Rhizome Lurcher. I think I'm gonna kick back.
Take it easy, relax, chill. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do because I'm low on health. I am going to cast Deafening Clarion. So Deafening Clarion says it deals 3 damage to each creature. So this takes 3, and this takes 3.
Okay.
And then it says creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. So these 2 guys have lifelink. And then I'm also going to play Shock to shoot this for 2 to kill this off. Not only can I deal enough damage plus my Shock to kill the giant, but I can swing in the skies for enough damage to gain me back to 10 life and also bring in within 1 turn of losing the game. So now because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells in here, this is a 5/4, this is a 3/4. So that goes in the graveyard.
Oh man.
And then I'm going to attack for 8 in the air. And because these have lifelink, this makes me go back to 10.
Oh man. 8 in the air.
Yep. Okay. You know, as I'm embarrassed to say, but I was so focused on gaining my own life, I forgot that you actually are you're very close to death now all of a sudden. All right, it's your turn.
I mean, up to that point, he'd done 3 points of damage. And I thought I had him the next round dead to rights. So that was a huge, huge turn for him. And all of a sudden, now I'm on the ropes. Oh man, this is gonna get weird for a second.
All right, let's get goofy, dude. Because we've been serious up to this point.
I'm going to attack.
All right, so
6.
I can't do anything, so I go to 4.
Plague Crafter shows up.
So when it enters the
Each player, when he enters, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. He had a lot of blockers the whole game. And it was making it difficult towards the end for me to do damage, especially with only 1 creature on the board. So I played the Plague Crafter.
each player who can't discards a card. So I have to sack a creature?
Yes.
Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm going to sack this 1.
Okay, great. So I'm going to, I'll just sack him and keep
Yeah.
that. There we go.
Okay. So I'm going to play right now, even though it's an instant, I'm going to play Chemister's Insight, which is pay 4 mana to just draw 2 cards. And it also has the ability for me to recast it from the graveyard for this cost if I discard a card when I do that.
Okay.
So let me just draw 1, 2. Okay, this is my first time seeing the Jumpstart mechanic in action. This is really nice. It can be super uncomfortable having to choose with a spell if this is the one true time to cast it. But with Jumpstart, I can guaranteed cast it 2 times. So now I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds, and I have 6 in the graveyard, so I can't kill you this turn, so I pass. It's your turn.
Man. So at this stage in the game, there's a lot of ifs. I know that Sean's running low on cards, so I'm gambling or hoping that he's out of counter spells, but I don't know what I'm going to draw next. I'm praying for a removal. This is getting down to the wire. Now I can smell victory. I use Assassin's Trophy to take out his Drake, and then march my Lurcher in and get the kill shot. Assassin's Trophy. Destroy target permanent an opponent controls.
I'm so fucking embarrassed I lost this game. Oh my God, I lost the Drake. Oh my God, there's gonna be so many people who watch this game and they're gonna be like, oh, no, so many times, just kill me, Joe. Oh my God, dude, I threw this game in like so many ways. This is the most thrown game. Listen, if anyone tells you, oh, I could understand. No, I threw the game. I've thrown it. Wait, what's the rest of the text say?
But before you do that, you can search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library if you'd like.
You know what? I'm gonna elect not to do that, man. Joe, kill me. I can't believe I screwed this up. Oh my God.
Lurcher!
All right, fine. Okay, good game, man.
Wow, that was scary.
Oh my God. Okay, let me explain to you why I was in agonizing pain so often. So first of all, just every single time I had a chance to play a land incorrectly,
Yes.
I did. So for instance, I tapped this white one, and then you know what card I drew? A card that needs white mana to cast.
Right.
Or if I had played land in a different order, I had this counter spell up.
Right, yep.
But I'm at 2 again, so I could have countered, but I can't do that. And also, I have this bolt that says zap a creature deal damage to a creature based on how many instants you have in the graveyard.
Which you got a ton towards the end, yeah.
Yeah, and this has 6, and I could have dealt 5 last turn, so I couldn't cast it. Oh my God. This is the worst feeling in all of competitive gaming, the worst. You start out, you're losing, things are going horribly, and you know what you do? You cope. You accept that you've lost. You accept it, okay? And then you know what sneaks up on you out of nowhere when you didn't ask for it? Hope. Hope sneaks up on you. Oh my God, I might be able to win the game. I'm the best. Go Day9. And then you lose because you threw the game. I hate hope. Hope is the worst. Even though it hurts a little bit. That was a lot of fun, Joe, man. Thanks, dude.
That was awesome.
Whoopsie doopsie. That said, thanks so much for joining us for this episode of Spellslingers. I tapped my mana wrong. I have regret, but with every regret comes learning. Next time you play in your game of Magic, may you do exactly as I did in this game. May you draw well.